Hello and welcome to Minor Plays a Random Game. Let's go. I say the let's go so that on the go I know to time it in with pressing the play button. Anyway, same settings as before, random civilizations, I'm Spanish, green is Persians, Jakub, and Ghost King Walia is red. So Highland, oh yeah, that's my visibility. I have to scout and I'm on hard as well. Now Highland, you essentially have three sections. Well, okay, if you have X amount of enemies, you usually have X amount of sections. So, and the only way to get across through these rivers, either through transport ships or by these shallows here. So I've got that there, and I'm just building a wall here. And do I know about this wall? Yeah, I do. So, come on, build a wall. Build a wall. There we go. Yeah, just waiting until I got to a few delays. Might as well build a stone wall. And so I've got a nice wall here that will protect me from this enemy, and a nice wall here. Now I haven't actually scouted much, and I didn't know whether the enemy would be here, and so I sent my scout cavalry down here, and from what I could find, no, the enemy isn't here. So all of this is mine. Got scores on. And really with Highland, that's the only main difference. Just the fact that you can cross through these shallows. The thing about Highland really is loads of wood, tons of wood, because it's Highland in Scotland, obviously lots of wood. You've got gold patches around and various stone patches around. There's one there. And some other elsewhere. Monastery, yeah, got that one. Go back, get some more gold. Now usually in each of these sections you have either one or two relics. I mean, I've got one relic there, there's one there, another, and quite possibly the enemy has already collected another, unless I've got it. Huh. Anyway, I wonder where that last relic is. Just trying to remember this one. Anyway, the enemies green, because they're AI, they've walled off. They've walled off their own base, which they probably didn't need to do. Goths, obviously, they don't have much of a wall off anyway. One thing I should have done was built a tower here, because the enemy will try to attack. But because I've got conquistadors, I can get rid of the enemy here and I can quickly get rid of that. So, generally, probably best thing to do is to try and boom as much as you can on your own island. Yeah, island is supposed to be a way of calling it. On your own land. And this will allow you to get a decent amount of army and then build your military close here. Now whether going for docks and ships is a good idea, I'm not sure. I mean, there's plus sides and there's positives and negatives for it. I mean, I think I built a dock here, yes, just to get some fish in, for some extra food. So I do that. Okay. So I do that. You know, I think that's a good idea because, of course, free food at the expense of a dock and various fishing ships. But also, actually, yeah, fishes are quicker to get in than farms and all that. But then, this is probably the main brunt of the attack. But yeah, green are much lower than red, so I think I go in to attack red. And conquistadors are just brilliant. Loads of attack and fast. Right. I need you to do something. So yeah, so going back to docks, you could have galleons and cannon galleons and fire ships and all of that, but I reckon there'd probably be a little bit of a waste of resources because you're not going to be able to do much with them. I mean, I may just be able to attack that university, I will be able to attack these two buildings, attack that castle, but this is where the enemy's base is. It's up here, and I won't be able to attack. I mean, you could get some transport ships and quickly bring them up. Well done. Well done. Get some transport ships and bring them up. You know, bypass all of this, send them up here, and you can then attack. Oh right, okay, the rest of the wall is meant to be something like that. Yeah, and make an attack through here. But there's not really much point of doing that. You might as well just attack from your own gate. And I recommend highly to lock your gates. I mean, apart from that one, because that's what I need to send units through. But lock your gates there. If I just quickly show you my fog of war, because I've now got enough visibility to see whether enemies are going to come through here and attack me, as you can see. And there we go. It also depends on whether your enemy is going to be a computer or an actual person. If it's an actual person, they could very well. Oh, come on, come back to the monastery, like a good monk. If it was an actual person, they could very well do transport ships. I mean, okay, one example would be the enemy could be here, and you know, if it was an actual person, and you know, they could have various military buildings, and they could have various castles and towers, and then transport ship, get some villagers, get some military, come across here, land them here, build a little base around here, and then suddenly attack them from the back here, and it would catch them off guard. And I reckon, how many are there? Oh, 2, yeah. And I reckon that would be a very good tactic. So that would be one way of using docks to your advantage, you know, through both fishing ships, of course, and transport ships. But I just wouldn't recommend doing galleons, you know, attacking ships. Maybe the odd attacking ship, because if I wanted to send a transport ship up here, then the enemy could, you know, come down with some military ships to try and get rid of my docks and anything that's around here. So you probably could do, actually, yeah, with a few ships up here, military ships, just to attack the enemy. Now in Highland you will get cliffs, so there'll be good walls and obviously good for towers built up here to take control of this area down here. And I've nearly done this one. This one wasn't too difficult. I think Highland is quite a nice one to do. There's not too much to think about. I mean, yes, there's a bit of water to think about as well, but I rarely see Highland being used, and it's kind of one of my favourite. End of game. Yeah, it's one of my favourite maps, actually. So yeah, cool. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next part.